Traders, welcome back to another Relentless recap. Hit that thumbs up as you're tuning in, and of course, if you are a new viewer, consider subscribing to the channel. I was not going to make a recap today, but I said, you know what, Relentless, we will pull through. So I mustered up some extra energy here. Very busy day for me. Finally getting back in the house. Guys, small green day today. We're locking up $353, and the bulk of our gains really came in the first couple of minutes on stocks ACON and INAB. Those were the top two that I traded. INAB, spectacular move here in pre-market. And coming in, I assume those of you who do trade pre-market very heavily were having a great day. This thing was giving some nice uptrending momentum. If you're, getting in, holding long, or even scalping the highs, it seems like there might have been some opportunity. But you guys know me, I'm an open trader, right? 9:30 a.m. So this is where I essentially start the day. And this stock starts off with a quick red to green, right? First 1 minute candle makes the new high. Relentless trader notices this quickly and starts to take trades in this area here over 250. Now, I could have done a better job holding these trades longer, or let's say holding some shares a little higher, but I'm in 48. I add 52. I'm out 55, 57. I'm back in 53. I'm out 58. What I don't do is trust my instincts when it broke over 60. It was holding really high 58, and I started to think maybe it might need a pullback despite, just starting to pull away. But this aggressive market, stocks are going and going. I didn't take 58, and from there I started hesitated at 60. It ripped 67, then it dipped 62, 61. It ripped 70, 78, 80, and then even a high of 89 before pulling back. So we're up about 650 here, maybe 700 unrealized at one point in these two candles. And that's missing the bulk of this green candle here. So, got green pretty early, but needed to be a little bit more aggressive if I was. I think we could have pushed up to like 12, 1300. And then, we tried to pull back here, and this is where we gave back. So we tried buying lows in this gray area. I thought it was great. 65, happy about all these entries. We just didn't hold the 1 minute. And so now I aim for a 5 minute pullback, longer hold. But like, same thing, here it comes down, it doesn't quite hold, and it goes lower. Before then curling back up later in the day. I mentioned in the live stream that sometimes context is important, and the pre-market context was that, hey, we had a great crazy move or extended. This thing looks good to watch throughout the rest of the day. And for those of you who really had it on watch, dialing in, you might have been able to capture this move. Although I thought it was a little risky in this area here, considering this big sell-off, but it did give a nice squeeze through this high of 260, rips all the way up here to 310. I'm a little late to the show. I come after the green candles, and as you can see, the pullbacks here don't hold up that well. I was in around 78, or I believe 86. 86, I added lower, but nothing really great here. It did curl back to 94, but then pulled back. The pullbacks were a little bigger, and it makes sense, right? After ripping up 50 cents or whatever this was, we needed a bigger pullback. So that's what we had here. It does curl back up again eventually. So if you're getting in lower, let's say the lows here were at 67. I thought 70 was the lowest it should have went. So I literally got, in terms of my trade idea, got chopped up by a couple cents. And yeah, it ended up curling up. So if you're in low 70s, you might have caught this move up here to 3. If you're holding longer, maybe 327. For those highs, it pulls back and then tries again later in the day. But by this time, I was already out of here. So that was INAB. And lastly, ACON. ACON, I thought was a little tricky in the beginning. A nice move up, nice red to green, right? But right here, we started pulling back. It got a little tricky. And I said, hey, I want to wait for a high of day opportunity if I'm going to trade this thing again. And that was at 159. It curls back up, and by the way, we can zoom in on the other charts just to give a look. Yeah, it curls up. It curls up right here, and I start watching for the break of this high, right? So you can imagine this as a bit of a flag, right? We're going sideways and not quite getting the connect in here. And when it does break, I felt like I spent a lot of my mental capital. It pulls back right here. And I started to ease off, thinking maybe it's struggling a little bit. I actually was thinking the volume might not be as high as it needed to be, right? High of day volume was about 1.5 at the time right here. Let's see, we're pushing about 800,000, 1.1, 1.6. So I kind of let my guard down a little too much in this area here. And this bottoming wick at, what was this, 51? Where was it? Where did this trade come? There was a trade, no, right here. Yeah, at 60. So we finally broke high of day at 72. It pulls back here to a low of 60. This was a crucial area here to be watching. Previous high of day is at 60. It pulls back here to the penny. And this was the last chance for anybody who might have missed entries throughout this move or even down here, right? For my situation, again, waiting for highs, this was ideal right here. And I missed it. And it ripped up nicely. 60 teleports to 68 when the volume finally came, teleports to 68, 72, teleports now to 77, 83, and rips up into a halt. The halt level I believe was 81. It pushes higher, 85. It's halted at 85. It resumes at 197 and immediately rips up to 213. If you're not in, and again, train has left the station. So I think we could have done some more damage in this range if I'm to, capture this trade here, but we missed it. And then this big wick here, a little tricky, right? So we resume. Let's see here. We resume. We didn't really get a wick on this candle from how I remember it, but it shows 190 for the lows. Again, it rips up to 213 for a halt. It pulls back to 190 right here, and we start to get this long consolidation. I attempted some trades towards the lows and the highs in areas where I thought it might have been able to give the breakout, such as this, and maybe a few other places as well. But yeah, ultimately, this was just churning and choppy for me. When it did go, the volume was light. It came right back down and was finished. And that was essentially the day for me. Didn't trade past that. We were out of here after the live stream. We didn't really take too many trades, just a trade or two here and there. And it's like, okay, let's get on with the other stuff, right, on the day. So yeah, ACON tomorrow will be back. I'll take the 350 and we'll see what happens tomorrow. So we got 36 orders, $300. And again, the most of the money was made in the first couple of minutes. So be sure to hit that thumbs up. Quick recap here. Again, I wasn't going to do a recap, but I'm like, you know what, man, we didn't do one Friday already. It's like, we can't be missing too many videos. All right. So hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. and 9:15 for another beautiful day in the markets. Stay safe, stay green. I am signing out.